Good evening and welcome. Tonight I'm here with Jeff McGowen, candidate for Harris County Constable of Precinct 4. And tonight, thank you for joining us for 4 Questions with Jeff.
Hello, everyone, and good evening once again. I want to thank my son Jacoby for that introduction, and we are going to start tonight with 4 questions with Dad. But before I get started, I want to let everybody know that these are unprecedented times right now. The fact that the campaign is still running, that we're still going as far as the campaign is concerned, I would be remiss if I didn't mention what's going on as far as the COVID-19 virus, the fact that 28 years of law enforcement, I've never experienced anything like this, but glad that we have leaders in place in Harris County that are helping us stem this virus and to actually take the time to flatten the curve. I go to work on a daily basis so that you can be safe, but I also go to work so that you can stay home. There's a lot of things going on in the media right now, but we'll go ahead and we'll get started with the 4 questions. And then if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask those questions, and we'll try to get those answered at the end. All right, Kobe, I'm ready.
All right. How are you handling the coronavirus? How are you handling COVID-19?
You know, I'm a father, first of all, and a husband. So I'm a family man. And what's most concerning to me is the fact, as a husband, as a father to you guys, is that I go out and do my job on a daily basis, and then I turn around and have to come home, and there's a chance that I could pick up something and bring that virus home to you all. And I don't want to jeopardize your safety. But on the other hand, I took an oath to serve and protect the citizens of Harris County, those that live in Precinct 4 and the rest of the county. So I've taken that oath, and I believe that I have to do that. So I take every precaution when I come home, making sure I follow the CDC guidelines, making sure that I do the things that I'm supposed to do in order to make sure that I'm not bringing any germs or any viruses or anything like that home to you all. And then I'm genuinely concerned with the public itself. I'm so thankful for the first responders that I work with on a daily basis, that whether it be fire, EMS, the local law enforcement from the different agencies, those people that I've come in contact with. But I don't want to forget the nurses and the doctors who are there at those hospitals with holding these people's hand as their loved ones are not able to be there for them. I'm so concerned about those people. I'm concerned about the people that have to go to work on a daily basis to make sure that we have food to eat, that we have clean clothes. I'm so the truck drivers that bring that food to the different grocery stores and places like that. I'm so thankful for them. And then, you know, I try to make it to where you all have less chances or opportunity to come in contact with the virus. So your mom and I, we work very hard to make sure that we are disinfecting things and things like that. And I hope that the public, that they're listening to the professionals. And when I say professionals, I'm talking about the people with the Centers for Disease Control, the people from WHO listening to these people and making sure that we're doing the things that we're supposed to do, washing your hands for 20 seconds, making sure that if they're telling us to wear a mask, wear your mask, doing the things that you're supposed to do. So I'm handling the coronavirus personally. I think we're doing, as a family, doing a fantastic job. I will tell you on a personal note, I found out today a distant cousin passed away in the last couple of days from the coronavirus, and it's devastating to me as a family man that I lost a distant cousin. I've lost a friend that worked at the Harris County Sheriff's Office that passed away. I've had two friends that I know, one right now fighting for his life that's on a ventilator. So personally, it's affected me. And before it's all said and done, we're all going to know somebody that has contracted this virus. We're going to know somebody that has died from this virus. So that's why, for those essential personnel that are out there, I'll say thank you for doing what you do, putting your life on the line, so that we as a community can get back to a new sense of normal. We're nowhere near where we're going to be as far as the disease is concerned. And then lastly, I want to touch on, as far as how I'm handling this. I am deeply saddened for the students that are now forced to do homeschool because of this virus. The thing about this is that, I see how you guys are doing your home study and things like that. But there's some seniors that go to school with you. This was going to be the first graduating class, and I pray to God that they get an opportunity to walk across that stage. But as a community, I believe that we need to come together some way to make it possible for, even if it's the summertime, that they experience it, especially at your school, but all across the country. I hear the devastating news that graduations and proms are being canceled. I personally think that's going to be devastating, knowing that you guys are in the 10th grade, and I want to make sure that you all are taken care of. Okay.
What do you like about living in Precinct 4?
I've lived in Precinct 4 my whole entire life, believe it or not. Even when they redraw the lines, I always find myself in Precinct 4. It has everything that you need. It has a law enforcement present. It has great leaders as far as EMS and fire department is concerned. It has great parks. It has great community centers. It's a place where you can raise your family. Most of all, it's home for me. It's where I love being on a daily basis. I love going to the grocery store with my wife, Cheryl. And your mom. I love going to the park. I love the community that I live in. Precinct 4 has everything that you need, and it's so huge with over 500,000 people that live in Precinct 4. And when I say 500,000 people, I do mean 500,000, 500,000 plus people live in Precinct 4. And, it's so diverse. It has just about everything and everybody. The food is great. If you don't know, I love to eat. So the food is great. The people are great. I love Precinct 4. And it's just a great place to live and raise a family.
Why are you running for constable? Why are you running for office?
For those that don't know, I ran in 2016 and I did pretty well, almost 40% of the vote. I'm running because I believe that we're in an age and a time now where law enforcement needs to change. We have, I've been, like I said, been in law enforcement. This is my 28th year. And in those 28 years, I have seen us run after crime. We continue to run after crime. A lot of agencies, and my current agency included, have cut back on community engagement and crime prevention programs. I am the crime prevention guy. I believe in preventing crime. I believe that the programs and the things that I have, the training that I have over the last 28 years, I can bring that to Precinct 4. The change that I'm talking about is not a change in putting bad guys in jail. Bad guys are going to go to jail. But I want to make sure that you, through my training, that the citizens of the Harris County Precinct 4 actually know how to make themselves safer so that they can be a force multiplier for the Harris County Sheriff's Office, for the Harris County Precinct 4, and all of the police departments that are within Precinct 4, whether it be a city or a county law enforcement agency. I want to make sure that we're all working together, and I want to make sure that Precinct 4 is the hub, because we have, hundreds of deputies, 500 deputies that work with Precinct 4, and I think that they're doing a fantastic job. I think that they can have more training. I think that they can learn more about dealing and working with the community. And I have the background to make sure that happens. My training, my background is all about working with the community. And I don't do this during every 4 years. I do this every day. Even though recently I was moved from the community engagement division at my current job, guess what? I'm still engaged in the community. I'm still doing things out there in the community because that's what I believe in. I believe that a community can be safe if the community knows how to protect itself and not just rely on local law enforcement to make them safe.
And my final question to you is, why should the people of Precinct 4 vote for you?
I think that my vision, whether it be transparency, working with the community-oriented policing, these things are not just words to me. This is something that I have lived my 28 years in law enforcement, being a certified crime prevention specialist. I'm the guy that taught you how to put your car seat in your car when you were little. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that taught you how to defend yourself when teaching you self-defense. I'm that guy. I'm the guy who taught you taught your children how to defend themselves with the self-defense class for children. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that talks to churches about how to be safe. I'm the guy that goes into communities and make sure that they know how to protect themselves. I'm that guy. So the reason why you should vote for me is because I am a community-oriented police officer that believes that bad guys need to go to jail. But I believe that you, as the citizens of Harris County Precinct 4, need to know how to protect yourself and to prevent crime in your community.
All right, is there anything you would like to add?
Sure. One of the things that is with what's going on in Precinct 4 and all around the state, all around the county, all around the nation, is that there is need out there. There is need for these people that are being laid off, the restaurant workers, and other fields. And so tonight, what I'm going to propose is that if you go to voteforjeff.com, www.voteforjeff.com, and you donate tonight, what I'm going to do is half of all donations over the next 24 hours, I'm going to donate to a nonprofit that is actually working with restaurant workers and other people that are being laid off to make sure that they have at least one day of food. So the next 24 hours, I'm pledging half of those donations that I receive to a local charity to help with the people that are being laid off.
All right.
So once again, this has been 4 questions with Jeff. I want to tell you how much I really appreciate the citizens of Harris County Precinct 4. I definitely want to thank my son Jacoby, Jacob, and Jason, who are behind the camera. My wife Cheryl, who is also here. My family, I could not do any of this without my family, and I love them. I also have an awesome team. I'm not going to name them all, but I will say that without the team behind me and especially Vanessa Wade and Connecting the Dots, I want to tell y'all how much I really appreciate y'all. So I'll sit here for a few minutes and I'll see if there's any questions that may come up, and I'm glad to answer those questions. Any questions? Do y'all see any? Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And this has been 4 Questions with Jeff. Be on the lookout. We'll do this again. We'll have different questions. You can always private message me or send me information on my Facebook page on Facebook. I have Instagram and Twitter as well. You can contact me anyway. And then remember that you do the hashtag I'm for Jeff. Thank you.
We have one question. So what's the first thing you want to accomplish when elected?
Well, the first thing I want to accomplish when I'm elected is, first off, I really want to work with the community. So if there's any community activists, if there's anybody that have issues with Precinct 4, so I will definitely have a meeting with stakeholders, whether it be pastors, like I said, community leaders, homeowners association, those mud districts and those things like that are very prevalent in Precinct 4. I will make sure that I meet with those, find out what their concerns are, and then address those concerns. The main thing is that I'm going to focus on training. And the training that I'm going to focus on is making sure that the deputies that are assigned to Precinct 4 are receiving the adequate amount of training that they have. Those are the first 2 things that I'm going to do. But meeting with the community and making sure that the community needs are being met are going to be one of my top priorities. Being the constable for Precinct 4 means being the constable for all of Precinct 4, not just those neighborhoods that are paying those contracts. I want to make sure that all of Precinct 4 are safe.
And I have another question. How can people stay safe during these times with COVID-19?
I heard on the news today that crime is going up. I will tell you, you yourself, being at home, burglary of a home, burglary of a habitation, which is your home, those burglaries are going down, but burglaries of businesses are going up. So I'm just going to say to businesses is to make sure that you don't keep large sums of money in your business. Make sure that you're not having a safe that's in the business that's not secured to something. It needs to be secured to the concrete or wall or something. Leaving a safe in a business and it not being secured is just basically asking for someone to come in and carry it away. The next thing I can tell you as far as a business is concerned is to make sure that you're using some type of service to remove the money from your business. I don't want you going from your business to a bank if you can afford it. I know these are hard times. I know that people are not able to afford some of the things that they used to afford, but come up with a system to where, one, you're not always going to the bank at the same time if you need to make a deposit, but also make sure that you're not letting people know that you are going to a bank or whatever the case may be.
And now another question. What are your thoughts on the release of prisoners on pretrial release or low bonds?
My thoughts are are twofold. Number one, federal judge put the county under a mandate for us to release these people. As far as misdemeanors, nonviolent, those people who have not committed a crime, this first-time offenders. What you have to understand with the Harris County Jail and working there for 28 years, a lot of people will control the narrative and make you believe that everyone that's being released out of the Harris County Jail on a low bond or whatever the case may be are killers. I don't want any killers. I don't want anybody that is a habitual criminal. I don't want anybody that has some type of assaultive behavior. But I remember working in the jail. We had people that were in jail for not paying child support. I believe that that's serious. I believe that those people need to be held accountable. But do we need them in the Harris County Jail at this particular point in time when we have, hundreds of inmates that may have coronavirus? I don't think so. So we need to be very, very, very careful on how we release people. But I don't believe that everybody needs to be out. I don't think violent criminals need to be out on the street. And, you know, if you're in there for traffic tickets, that's fine. Let's release them. You're in there for murder, you need to stay there.
That's all the questions I have so far.
All right. This has been 4 Questions with Jeff. And thank you for tuning in. And I will see y'all real soon. Thank you.